Welcome. 05-6. You have one file pending review. Display file? Yes. Accessing file. SCP-1548. Item. SCP-1548. Code name. The Star. The Hateful. Object class. Keter. Special containment procedures. Foundation satellites Malakbal 1 through 10 will monitor the south pole of the Sun for SCP-1548. Under Protocol Koyash-V, all Foundation space stations and off-planet bases within the Solar System will have the monitoring of the Sun as their secondary mission objective. Connections will be maintained with major space agencies under Operation Stygian Iris for enhanced monitoring of the anomaly, with accurate information on the phenomena restricted to specified personnel. As it is not feasible to place limitations on all solar telescopes, it is expected that civilians will observe SCP-1548 on occasion. Foundation personnel embedded in scientific agencies will disseminate misleading information on SCP-1548 and all thaumaturgic symbols that manifest, describing them as unusual but natural phenomena. All other information of the anomaly and related symbols is subject to standard Foundation censorship protocols. Description: SCP-1548 is the designation of various anomalous solar phenomena, primarily occurring at the south pole of the Sun. There are three types of known SCP-1548 events. SCP-1548-1, 6 equidistant ovular sunspots, approximately 40,000 km x 15,000 km in size, appear. The ends of the sunspots converge after 23 hours, often accompanied with the formation of a solar prominence, one that typically takes the shape of thaumaturgic symbols. A coronal mass ejection will then occur around the sunspots, lasting 11 hours, with the prominence dissipating after 5 hours. SCP-1548-2 begins similarly to SCP-1548-1. A solar prominence then forms from the site of the sunspots and breaks off from the Sun, moving away from it and likely entering interstellar space. The event lasts for 2 hours. SCP-1548-3 sunspots form thaumaturgical symbols, which range in size. This can occur in conjunction with other events or separately. Unlike the previous two phenomena, these sunspots do not commonly manifest in any single area. The first recorded SCP-1548 event was on the 17th of May 1983, where an SCP-1548-3 event was observed, showing thaumaturgic symbol 2201V1. Refer to Addendum 1. The event was classified as extranormal event 9008 until similar occurrences were observed, leading to the classification of SCP-1548. Addendum 1. Thaumaturgical symbol identification. The Department of Thaumaturgy has successfully identified and determined the nature of several symbols seen in SCP-1548. Below is a list of the symbols, denoted with V if they are a variation of the symbol. V1 denotes the original or first discovered version of the symbol. TS 2201 V1, unnamed, only seen in SCP-1548. If inscribed on any telescopic device by a person with thaumaturgic abilities, the device will show psionic entities with malicious intent toward the user. After a total 4 hours of use, users without psionic abilities will experience symptoms of psychosis. TS 381 V2, known as the Califascian Earl among various occultist groups. When affixed or projected onto a material, it will strengthen the material, enhancing its ability to absorb kinetic and electromagnetic energy. Materials may be hidden from sight as well. TS 1817 V7, known as the 12 Holy Owls of Serenithium. Origin among humans unknown. When the symbol is affixed to a weapon or object used with the intent to harm, any entity killed by the weapon will annihilate the immediate space around it. The size of the annihilation zone is proportional to the size of the entity killed. This annihilation zone has no effect on materials reinforced with TS-381. Of note is 61% of observed thaumaturgic symbols pertain to the anomalous Ortothan mythology and religious beliefs. 2 TS-1817 originates from Ortothan occultists in the 1800s, and TS-381 has been used by members of the Church of the Second Hittith, a prominent Ortothan group of interest, in avoiding capture by the Foundation. Why this is the case is unclear. Addendum 2. Event 1548 to 1529. On the 23rd of December 2016, several SCP-1548-1 events occurred in rapid succession. Although interpretation of these symbols is still underway, TS-381v2, TS-1817v7, and TS-2201v1 manifested multiple times during these events. 20 non-anomalous Ortothan language symbols and phrases for protection formed as well 47 hours later. 5 SCP-1548-2 events occurred in the span of 2 hours. Over the next month a dense cloud of ionizing radiation began forming around the solar system, surrounding the heliopause 3. Although initially at largely unnoticeable amounts, the cloud increased in magnitude until no light from the outside universe could enter by the 20th of January 2017. The origin of the cloud is presumed to be from the sequence of SCP-1548 events, though the combined amount of particles produced was too small to form a structure on this scale. Of note is that Foundation telescopes have noticed thaumic tessellations resembling grids of pyramids, periodically forming along the cloud. As the night sky is now entirely altered, Foundation censorship protocols cannot be fully executed. The dissemination of incorrect scientific information regarding the solar system entering a dense cloud of cosmic dust is in progress. Scientific information describing the actual nature of the ionizing radiation cloud will be censored as per contingency Galileo 2. Addendum 3. Recent phenomena. Following event 1548 to 1529 a high amount of significant anomalous phenomena have occurred. The following is a list of the events, updated as of the 26th of January 2017. See Wiki for full access to document. Transmission 3417/62. Begin log. SCP-3417. All Ortothans here. All Ortothans must listen now. Unknown symbol 30. Stars lost. Unknown. A unit of time ago the first invasion occurred. The gods were unprepared, never comprehending the fragility of the universe after its creation. Second city. Lost. The extra-universal abominations invaded and the gods did not die. Their duty in protecting existence. Transmission interference for 1 minute. SCP-3417 would not have won without Ortothans. Unknown symbol 31. Lost. The gods defended Ortothans and existence. Ortothans defended the gods and existence. Illuminated star system? Lost. When united we are strong. Transmission interference for 25 minutes. SCP-3417. 12 stars? Lost. The worlds must fight. The transmission stops. End log. Joint Foundation and Global Occult Coalition forces have been mobilized for large-scale containment and threat neutralization operations. Cooperation with various governments to assist in cover-ups has begun, though these measures are hindered by the decisions of the Latvian, Estonian, and Georgian governments in declassifying documents on anomalous phenomena and Cold War heritage. All major containment sites are now under Level V high security lockdown until further notice. Addendum 4. Experiment 2154 to 2137. On the 12th of June 1999, it was determined by a unanimous 0-5 vote to enact a long-term plan to explore beyond the heliopause. Mission objectives were to confirm or deny hypotheses regarding extraterrestrial SCP objects and collect data on anomalous phenomena beyond the heliopause. As such, the Foundation probe Seraph-1 was constructed, then successfully launched on the 9th of May 2000. On the 27th of January 2017, an SCP-1548-1 event was initiated prior to Seraph-1 reaching the heliopause, forming the thaumaturgic symbols used in predicting the future. Following the SCP-1548-1 event, an SCP-1548-2 event was initiated and launched. This one, however, deviated significantly from normal trajectories and curved sharply about 100 or away from the Sun, towards Seraph-1. Seraph-1 crossed the heliosphere 2 days before contact was lost from the intense radiation inside of the solar prominence. All information collected by Seraph-1 is currently under review and pending declassification. Footnotes. 1. A large gaseous feature that extends off the Sun's surface, normally forming a loop shape. 2. The central aspects of Autothan mythology are that the universe is the second universe to exist, and that it has been protected from extra-universal invasions by 7 guardian deities. Only one of these deities, Rakmaluzan, the Holy Fourth, is said to be alive in the present day. 3. A region surrounding the solar system where solar wind collides with interstellar wind, creating a bubble around the solar system known as the heliosphere. 4. Patterns of grids of polygons formed when high amounts of thaumaturgic energy is released. 5. A commercial spacecraft made and launched by aerospace company SpaceX. 6. Anomalous weapon of mass destruction. 7. Transmission contents have typically contained mentions of extraterrestrial civilizations and Autothan mythological stories. 8. Observation by Foundation telescope spotted a corresponding hole and distorted thaumic tessellation patterns at the region of the solar system where Seraph-1 passed the heliosphere. 9. A term used in Autothan texts that refers to the Milky Way galaxy. End of SCP-1548 file. There are 6 related files. Access files? Yes. Accessing materials. Displaying file 1/6. Record of decision. Overseer Council Action Number 2521, NOC 6. Motion as follows. End Veil Protocol under Contingency Uncloak 3. Yay. 05-1, 05-3, 05-8, 05-10, 05-13, 05-11. Nay. 05-2, 05-4, 05-5, 05-7, 05-12, 05-9. Abstain. None. Votes pending. 05-6. Result. ENA. Displaying file 2/6. Record of decision. Overseer Council Action Number 2522, NOC 7. Motion as follows. Reclassify SCP-1548 as Thaumiel and begin manually inducing SCP-1548 events under Proposal 1548 to 1512. Yay. 05-3, 05-4, 05-7, 05-10, 05-11. Nay. 05-2, 05-5, 05-9, 05-8, 05-13. Abstain. 05-1. 05-12. Votes pending. 05-6. Result. Enna. Displaying file 3/6. Seraph 1 exploration transcript. Begin log. Seraph 1 is 100 kilometers away from Heliopause. The entire region appears as a barrier of ionizing radiation, resembling a cloud and glowing a dull orange. Highly complex geometric patterns form on the surface, most 10,000 kilometers across. After an hour, the probe begins passing through Heliopause, entering interstellar space, and contact is lost. A connection is periodically re-established over a period of 2 days, though the only meaningful data obtained is a tachyon transmission from SCP-3417. After that period, a stable connection with the probe begins. Many pieces of equipment were disabled by the radiation, though a rear camera continued to be operable. Behind Seraph 1 are masses of high-energy radiation that resemble solar flares, encompassing the entire visible section of the heliosphere as a barrier. Thousands of thaumaturgic symbols are present in these flares, most unidentified. Identified symbols serve to provide various forms of camouflage, the largest being warding sigils used in the Autochthon religion to repel extra-universal entities. At the approximate location where Seraph 1 exited, a large hole is forming, with the flares dissipating at its edges as it expands. 8. Swarms of entities can be seen in the distance, surrounding the Heliopause. The bodies of each entity are highly asymmetrical and possess numerous appendages and unknown structures. The only common features are a gray body coloration, segments that erratically flash various colors, and fractal structures. Sizes are estimated to range from 10 kilometers to 10,000 kilometers, though some appear to be significantly larger on unknown scales. 2 of these entities, hereafter 1548 Greek letter omega-1 and 1548 Greek letter omega-2, pass by Seraph 1. 1548 Greek letter omega-1 is eel-like in shape with 5 arms extending from random sections of its body, along with a mouth made of impossible geometric structures. The end of its body is surrounded by arachnid limbs and frequently flickers into being translucent. 1548 Greek letter omega-2 is an oscillating and contorting tetrahedral object, leaving trails of black rocks that rapidly disintegrate. As the entities near the hole, the warding sigils glow red, causing red shock waves to appear around each one, significantly slowing their speed. 1548 Greek letter omega-2 unfolds its body and releases glowing white orbs, which reach the sigils and expand into spiral patterns. The sigils demanifest and the shock waves lessen in luminosity. 1548 Greek letter omega-1 passes through the hole and accelerates out of Seraph 1's view. High amounts of thaumaturgic particles are detected and the hole is rapidly enveloped by solar flares. Hundreds of concentrated blasts of thaumic energy are shot out of the new flares and pierce through 1548 Greek letter omega-2, vaporizing it in seconds. At this point, the 27th of January 2017 SCP-1548-2 prominence passes through the Heliopause, encountering Seraph 1 an hour later. Contact is permanently lost. End log. Displaying file 4/6. Transmission 3417/63. Begin log. SCP-3417, lost. All near autochthons must unite at unknown symbol 31. Cannons have been moved into orbit around the planets. The extra-universal invasion lessons. The gods protect us. Autochthons will survive. Pause in transmission for 7 minutes. SCP-3417. Rakmaluzen is dead. Pause in transmission for 1 minute. SCP-3417. Gods Lost. Drifted Galaxy. 9 Lost. Universe is unprotected. Universe is not lost. Autothons are not lost. Autothons. The transmission begins displaying a sequence of spiral patterns and an encrypted image, found to show an entity resembling SCP-2821-2 when decrypted. The transmission ends. End log. Afterward, a reclassification of SCP-3417 to neutralized is pending approval. Displaying file 5/6. Event 1548 to 1535. Event summary. On the 30th of January 2017, the Foundation orbital vessel SCP-Katana was fully outfitted with experimental anomalous weapon and propulsion systems. It was deployed to neutralize 1548 Greek letter Omega-1, which had destroyed Pluto and other Kuiper belt objects following its entrance into the solar system. The vehicle arrived at 1548 Greek letter Omega-1's location near Jupiter and engaged with the entity. Communication with the onboard crew was lost after 10 minutes. Footage from Foundation probes show the vehicle and entity become surrounded by a black substance and vanish. 2 hours later the substance dissipated, and the SCP-Katana was observed to be rapidly accelerating towards Mars at near light speeds, with an organic mass resembling that of 1548 Greek letter Omega-1 attached to it. In 30 minutes the vessel reached the planet and impacted it, creating a crater 400 kilometers in radius, ionizing the atmosphere, and turning the surface into a molten mass. An hour after, the surface began to be converted into a black organic mass, which spread out from the epicenter of SCP-Katana's impact. At this time an SCP-1548-2 event, the largest one on record, occurred, and the solar flare reached Mars when half of its surface had been converted. A violent explosion followed, the luminosity of which matched the Sun's luminosity when viewed from Earth. The resultant debris is expected to form a second asteroid belt within the next 3 months. Asteroid impacts with Earth are predicted to increase. As this event occurred 10 hours ago, all related data is still under review. Displaying file 6/6. Text file left by 05-3 on the 28th of January 2017. Seraph 1 was only able to take a single picture of extrasolar space. And this is it. All that's left of our infinite, ever-expanding universe. Display attached file SRP1. PNG. Our main priority can no longer be secrecy. Attention. The terminal has been idle for 4 minutes. The terminal will exit in 1 more minute. Log out. Would you like to vote before logging out? No. Are you sure? Yes. The O5 Council has been notified of your decision. You still have 3 days to vote. Goodbye. O5-6. Logging off. Shutdown. Shutting down.